Sinking Valley, found in central Pennsylvania's Blair County, is a V-shaped valley formed on two sides by Brush Mountain and the Little Juniata River to the northeast. The valley was first settled by Europeans in the mid-18th century and was raided by Indians numerous times. During the height of the American Revolution in 1778, Fort Roberdeau was constructed to protect not only the settlers but lead miners acquiring the much-needed bullet material for the war effort. The valley acquired its name because of the plentiful limestone in the area that is very susceptible to erosion, creating many sinkholes in the bottomlands. Sinking Creek runs south to north and empties into the Little Juniata River at the upper end of the valley. As you travel along the roads in the 12-mile-long valley, you will come across many small villages such as Alberta, Sickles Corner, Culp, Arch Spring, and Skelp. The Amish first settled in the area over 200 years after its founding. In 1988, a few families from the now extinct Newport, New York Amish settlement found their way south looking for a location for the start of a new settlement. These three families were the Chris Renos, David Renos, and the Jacob Peaches. These three families could trace their roots back to the Big Valley in central Pennsylvania, as Newport, New York was a daughter settlement of the Reno or Peachy Amish settlement, which had been long established in the Big Valley of Mifflin County. The new settlement grew slowly. Dairy farming was the main occupation in the early years, but like many Amish settlements today, there are only a couple families making their living this way. Today, produce farming and construction jobs are the two main occupations. A produce co-op was formed in 2016 to create a market for the produce grown by allowing for a convenient way for buyers to purchase from multiple farmers in one location. As recently as 2008, there was only one church district in the valley. Since then, growth has accelerated. Today there are 4 church districts, with the 4th just recently created. What the future holds for this settlement is anyone's guess. As of now, though, the economic opportunities to support future growth of the settlement would appear to be somewhat limited. Along my travels, I spoke to an older woman who was one of the original settlers, not only here in Sinking Valley, but in the Newport, New York settlement as well, back in 1979, moving from the Big Valley settlement. What I found rather sad in our conversation was her response to my observation to how beautiful the area was with the fall leaves. Her response, "I wouldn't know. I'm always too busy." On my visit, I entered Sinking Valley from the north, leaving Route 99 in Ty Road, picking up Route 453. Rather quickly, I came to the new Enterprise Stone and Lime Company quarry. What an appropriate place to start our journey of a valley named after limestone sinkholes. I turned right off 453 onto Quarry Road, looking for a safe parking area. After passing a couple of small quarry holes, I pulled over and put the drone into the air. I wasn't disappointed in the views. I've always found working quarries interesting, but once surrounded by fall colors, even past peak fall colors, is absolutely beautiful. As I pan to the west, you can see the Little Juniata River. Then you can see the Tyrone sewage plant, and off in the distance, Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Having the drone safely back, I retraced my travel back to 453 and headed southeast, following the Little Juniata River. Again, the colors along with the river to my right were stunning. I came to the 1898 Steel Pratt Truss Birmingham Bridge and turned off 453, crossed the historic one-lane bridge, and parked and put the drone back into the air. I flew back the way I traveled along the river. The Amish sure do settle in some beautiful areas. Leaving the historic bridge, I continued southeast along Route 453, which pretty much follows the Little Juniata River, until turning right onto Kettle Road. Kettle Road became my return-to route as I explored the valley on the many country roads crisscrossing the scenic landscapes. an Amish homestead in the valley. There wasn't much field work going on this day, but I was able to capture this young Amish lad mowing some grass with a ground-driven sickle bar mower. Hunting has been a long-standing tradition in Pennsylvania. Many Amish hunt. Here's a homemade deer stand at the edge of a field. In many Amish settlements, work in the foresting industry has supplanted dairy farming as a primary occupation. It is no different here in Sinking Valley. Sometimes, as the population grows, it's difficult to acquire farmland, but sometimes there just isn't a market for dairy. Corn shocks, bundles of corn stalks tied together and stacked in a teepee formation to help shed water. The ears have already been harvested here, and the stalks and leaves will be used for fodder. This is one of the most traditional ways to harvest corn, still in use by the Amish. While this method is sufficient for small farms with small feed needs, it's just not practical in Amish areas where the feed needs are much larger. You can see here, this farm raises goats, an animal with smaller feed needs and more in line with the most traditional methods. While a small dairy herd could be raised, the economic benefits probably wouldn't meet the family's needs. Likely, the farmer here works off the farm also. I came across the first Amish schoolhouse that I've seen. This one is quite unique. It seems to abut up against an Amish cemetery. You'll notice no fancy headstones or flowers in this cemetery. The plain stone and lack of decoration is common across all Amish settlements. In all my travels among Amish settlements, this may be the longest clothesline that I've seen. You'll notice the church wagon to the left of the house. It's painted black, the same color as the buggies. There's something to be said for plain, simplistic beauty. The white house and green metal roof exemplifies that. If you choose to focus on the power lines in life, you just might miss out on all the other things around them. I did make a couple of stops during my travels through Sinking Valley. In fact, there is a map of various shops in the valley that I found online and hanging in a variety of places that I did stop at. One of the shops I highlight here was Ridgeside Cider Press. I can attest that the no sugar added apple butter is first rate. Having purchased the apple butter and possibly a couple whoopie pies, I left Ridgeside Cider Press, and I'll show you one more stop, the Little Country Store. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Sinking Valley is a beautiful, quiet area in Pennsylvania.
Very beautiful area.
And I know if you visit, you won't be disappointed. Stop in at some of these stores, and I know they'll appreciate your business too. Have a good one. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Have you had much frost?
Yes, we've had a good frost.
Oh, have you?
Yes, we did. We had down to 26 degrees.
Oh, really? Oh. Colors are still pretty nice here.
You open up the clear if you want to look at that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.